Hey you guys, I wanted to come on here and discuss this article sent to me by a subscriber who wanted me to speak on the situation involving Shaun King attempting to monetize his book while profiting and capitalizing off of Black death. And I remembered having a discussion with a subscriber yesterday on a similar topic, and it was in the video I just did about protesting, and I stated how Breonna Taylor's death, that it seemed as though her death is being marketed, and there was some confusion after I made that statement. And after that, I posted a status to my community tab providing more clarity to what I meant, because I know based on Black people's mentality, our disposition is that we must apply some type of factor into an equation other than logic, which I always highlight as irrational and perverse. And one thing that I wish we would understand is that when it comes to Black people in general, not only are we subject to hatred and mistreatment in life, but even in death. I don't know if you guys remember that Black Republican man Herman Cain, but after he passed, they didn't do anything to commemorate him to my knowledge. There was no government recognition of his accolades because they do not value Black lives at all. They look at Black people as disposable, as referenced by the modern day runaway slave patrol, parading around here as police officers as if there's any difference. Now, I want to make it very clear, in no way am I defending Herman Cain, because even though I'm not for any of these political candidates, I especially detest Republicans and the Black people that align themselves with them, because let's be honest, with Republicans, their racism is blatantly expressed, so that means you hate yourself with great derision and the people you derive from to affiliate with these groups. I want to introduce you all to this amazing new sponsor, Ash Kickin. They are a Black-owned health and beauty business that specializes in a multitude of potent and formidable products that will help enrich your skincare regimen. They take their time handcrafting some of the products so you know it's authentic and made with love and care. My personal favorites are the body butter and the African black soap. These both help to keep my skin clear and free of acne, and the best part is their health and beauty products are all natural. They also have hair care products unique and specific to our hair texture. Definitely make sure you guys check that out. The best part is every time I order from them, their shipping is fast and reliable, so make sure you guys check out Ash Kickin at www.ashkickin.com. Follow them on Instagram at ash.kickin. Like their page on Facebook. Make sure to follow them on Twitter at officialashkick, and use my code ChrisMoore1 at checkout to get discount on your skincare and health products. ashkickin.com. But before I go too off topic, I want to read the article sent to me by my subscriber. This was trending on Twitter. It had gone viral because I think by now people are starting to catch on to Shaun King and his manipulative tactics. I'm not sure why it is we allow this man to ingratiate himself within the deepest confines of our community, especially since he's not even Black. But I mean, whatever. We allow everybody to come in. All they have to say is they're Black, and it's like a free ticket. But this article by The Complex starts off by saying Shaun King received backlash Saturday after sending a promotional email that acknowledged Chadwick Boseman's recent death. The email reads, "I hope that you are hanging in there. Yesterday I sent an email checking in on everybody, and just a few hours later we learned of the death of Chadwick Boseman. Life is so very fragile, tomorrow is not promised." In the next paragraph, Shaun King begins promoting his new book, Make Change: How to Fight Injustice, Dismantle Systemic Oppression, and On Our Own Future. The activist author explains his intentions for the book and how readers can benefit from it before directing recipients to online stores to purchase the book. Now, again, this is something that shouldn't be surprising. I remember when I was looking at the case for Nathaniel Woods, which was the Black man who faced execution in Alabama. Even though someone came forward who was at the scene to vindicate Nathaniel Woods, the racist governor still decided to continue with the process. But during that time, Shaun King utilized this same strategy to try and sell his book, basically how it's so devastating and upsetting. Then like a sentence or two later talked about purchasing his book, and that's so whack. Like, how do you talk about an execution or a person's death and then follow it up with buy my book? It's very tasteless and insensitive, but also again not surprising. So let's just go ahead and move on. It says, screenshots of the email quickly surfaced online, prompting many Twitter users to accuse King of exploiting tragedy. Shaun King is using the death of Chadwick Boseman to sell his book, and it is grotesque, Rewired News editor Amani Grandy tweeted. What is wrong with him? What is wrong with you that you keep supporting him? King responded to the allegation Saturday evening, insisting he does not make a penny off of sales for my book. I had a mass email pre-scheduled to go out this morning about my book, he tweeted. I updated the email to also mention the death of Chadwick, and I don't regret it. It's very interesting that he says he doesn't make any money off of the sales for his books, because the subscriber who sent this article to me just so happens to be in the process of trying to publish her own book. But she told me that if this was a case, he has yet to earn back any funding for the advance on whatever percentage the quote was for publishing. You hear people talk about how much of a scammer this man is. They're not lying. And I don't want to make any false allegations, but this entire situation to me screams extortion and embezzlement, because it's like, if he's being truthful with that statement, then it's like, what are you doing with the money that you do get? And more importantly, is the money he receives actually going towards a cause he says it's for? And this is why I think Black people need to stop putting this man on a pedestal because of his incredulous business practices. He understands that in the Black community, all you need to do is preach something that resonates within our struggles and you instantly get our support. And this is something that Black people have to take accountability for, because he's not the only one that does this shady type of scheme where you gain the trust of our people and then leave us in a state of dereliction. And if we vetted the characters and principles of a person before they come into our community, this may not happen in great numbers the way it does. But then again, Black people have a very trusting and open nature, which I believe works to our detriment a lot, not just in the past, but especially with contemporary times. However, another thing I want you guys to also pay close attention to is his response, because he did issue a response from the Backlash. Basically, what he's saying is that he could care less the way the message was interpreted, because the value of his book takes precedence over your hurt feelings. And it may seem harsh, but that's the reality of what his words truly mean. His callousness is a shared quality, because a lot of people in the larger society feel this way about Black people, which is why they give typical responses to Black death, which is that the Black person should have done something to prevent their fate from happening. And to that I say, don't expect from them to actually change. What Black people should consider is reevaluating our own mindset and really learning to place value on ourselves and our community. And I just wish we would just understand our creativity and uniqueness. The fact that we invent so many things and we're rich within our own culture, but we don't validate ourselves until someone from outside our community does it for us, then we feel like it has some kind of purpose or meaning to it. And what I want to do is show you guys a series of tweets, because this has gotten to the point now to where even white people are going in on him. They went on him a few days back because he wanted to release the names of the cops involved in the Jacob Blake case, even though they were there, but they weren't directly involved in the actual situation. However, Chadwick touched the lives of so many people, so of course, people were very upset about that, and honestly, they have reason to be. Chadwick Boseman was a very courageous and strong man who was fighting cancer at the same time delivering monumental movies to his fans for their enjoyment. And I want to reiterate that this is what happens when we just let anyone come to the barbecue and speak for our causes. It oftentimes has a cataclysmic outcome, and we have to be strategic in how we move in this society. I know we think everyone wants to be our friends because they like your music, your dancing, your swag, or any Black culture in general. I assure you, when it comes time for any scenario dealing with racial inequality, they will show you their true colors, and they don't have a problem reminding you that their actions are always justified against you, even going as far as to say you deserved whatever happened to you. But I'm going to close this out with the proposition for you guys. If you believe boycotting truly works, then I challenge you to cancel Shaun King. This man's intentions are very questionable and skeptical, and that's something we don't need in our community, is uncertainty as it pertains to our subjugation, because he will turn the tables on us and leave us standing there with our hurt feelings. But in the meantime, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll talk to you later.